The one trait that makes you instantly attractive, Stoic Secret. Forget the perfect jawline, the fancy clothes, or the smooth pickup lines. The truth is, one thing makes you instantly magnetic. So magnetic that people can't help but lean in. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And it's this inner mastery, the quiet confidence it creates, that people find irresistible. The illusion of attraction. While looks alone don't hold power. We live in a world that worships appearances. Perfect jawlines, sculpted bodies, curated Instagram feeds. Every advertisement screams that beauty equals attraction. And yet, haven't you noticed? Some of the most physically flawless people in a room are often forgettable. Meanwhile, someone with no Hollywood features at all can walk in and instantly shift the atmosphere. People lean closer. Conversations pause. Heads turn. What's going on here? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Looks can spark attention, but they rarely sustain attraction. Beauty catches the eye, but presence captures the soul. And presence comes from something far deeper than cheekbones and hairlines. The Stoic philosophers knew this long before glossy magazines existed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, what radiates from within you, your mindset, your self-command, your quiet confidence, colors every glance, every gesture, every word. That's what people feel. Think about it. You've likely met someone strikingly attractive until they open their mouth. In seconds, arrogance, insecurity, or emptiness drained away the allure their face promised. On the other hand, you've probably also met someone who didn't fit conventional beauty standards at all, but their calm presence, their energy, the way they carried themselves, made them unforgettable. That's because attraction isn't a math equation of perfect features. It's an emotional experience. People don't just see you, they feel you. And no makeup or designer suit can cover what your energy betrays. This is why the pursuit of external beauty often leaves people hollow. You can sculpt your body and polish your image, but if your energy is restless, needy, or insecure, people will sense it instantly. The eyes may admire you, but the heart won't stay. The illusion of attraction is this. You think it's about how you look, but the reality? It's about how you make people feel in your presence. And that feeling comes not from appearance, but from mastery. Mastery of yourself, your emotions, and your energy. And that is where the Stoic path enters the picture. Because the same inner discipline that made philosophers and emperors unforgettable in their time is the very thing that makes you magnetic in ours. The Stoic Secret. Self-mastery as the root of magnetic presence. Imagine walking into a crowded room. Everyone's talking, laughing, and moving with nervous energy. But then there's one person, quiet, steady, grounded. They're not the loudest voice. They're not even trying to grab attention. Yet people are drawn to them. Why? Because true attraction, the kind that lasts, is born from self-mastery. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." What he meant is simple. If your emotions, impulses, and ego control you, you're a prisoner, even if you look powerful on the outside. But if you master your inner world, you radiate a freedom and confidence that others can feel without a word. This is the Stoic secret to magnetic presence. When you're unshaken by praise or insult, when you don't chase validation, when your sense of worth comes from within, you immediately stand out. People are drawn to you because you embody what they secretly crave, calm in a chaotic world. Think about it. The person who doesn't rush to fill every silence with nervous chatter. The person who can listen without needing to prove themselves. The person who responds instead of reacts. These are rare qualities, and rare qualities are magnetic. Self-mastery isn't about perfection. It's not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be emotionless. The Stoics weren't robots. They felt deeply, but they refused to be ruled by those feelings. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, reminded himself daily. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. And that strength doesn't just make you resilient. It makes you irresistibly attractive. Why? Because people trust it. They feel safe around someone who isn't tossed around by every emotion or circumstance. They sense stability, and stability is captivating in a world addicted to chaos. So here's the shift. Instead of obsessing over how others see you, begin focusing on mastering yourself. Attraction isn't something you chase, it's something you radiate. The more you command your inner world, the more magnetic your outer presence becomes. And once you understand this, you stop asking, how do I make people like me? And start realizing, when I master myself, the right people can't help but be drawn to me. Confidence without words. How calm strength captivates instantly. Think back to the last time you met someone who carried themselves with a quiet confidence. They didn't need to boast, didn't need to interrupt, didn't need to prove they belonged. And yet, everyone noticed them. That's the paradox of true confidence. The less you try to show it, the more people feel it. This is the kind of presence the Stoics mastered. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." And nothing communicates bravery like calmness. Calmness in your body, calmness in your voice, calmness in your energy. Most people confuse confidence with loudness. They think the alpha in the room is the one speaking over everyone else. But here's the truth. The loudest person is often the least secure. The one who talks to fill silence is usually running from it. True strength doesn't rush. It doesn't perform. It simply is. Consider the body language of calm confidence. Posture, upright but relaxed, shoulders open, no tension screaming, "I'm nervous." Gestures, deliberate, not fidgeting or frantic. Each movement has weight because it's not wasted. Eye contact, steady, not piercing to intimidate, not evasive to hide, just present. Pace of speech, measured with pauses. Someone who isn't afraid of silence communicates they don't need to beg for attention. Think of Marcus Aurelius presiding over the empire. His words and meditations show a man deeply aware of his mortality, his flaws, his responsibilities. Yet his writings are calm, steady, unshaken. That composure, even in the face of immense pressure, is what made him unforgettable. Now contrast that with the energy of desperation, the nervous laugh, the hunched shoulders, the endless self-promotion. People may tolerate it, but they aren't drawn to it. Why? Because desperation repels, while calm assurance attracts. Here's the secret. You don't have to say a word to communicate confidence. In fact, the less you say, the more your presence speaks for you. Silence, when paired with calm energy, becomes magnetic. People lean in. They want to know more. They sense something rare. Someone who doesn't need external validation to feel secure. And that's why calm strength is so captivating. It's not flashy. It's not performative. It's not trying to win attention. It's grounded, self-possessed, and quietly unshakable. In a world where everyone is shouting, the one who remains calm becomes the loudest voice without ever raising it. Energy exchange. Why people feel drawn or repelled around you. Every time you step into a room, you bring energy with you. And whether you realize it or not, that energy speaks louder than your words, your clothes, or even your smile. People might not remember what you said, but they'll always remember how they felt in your presence. This is the invisible current of attraction, the energy exchange. You probably felt it before. Being around someone who makes you feel instantly calm, safe, and valued. Like their presence alone steadies the chaos in your head. And then there's the opposite, someone who drains you the second they walk in. They may not even say anything negative, but their restlessness, insecurity, or bitterness leaves you exhausted after just a few minutes. What's happening here? Your nervous system is reading signals at a subconscious level. Microexpressions, tone, posture, breathing rhythm. These things add up to a felt experience. You either resonate with it or recoil from it. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Epictetus taught that we are not disturbed by things, but by the views which we take of them. The same applies here. You're not disturbed by the person directly. You're disturbed by the energy they project. Someone radiating fear, anger, or desperation triggers your own discomfort. Someone radiating calm, presence, and self-mastery triggers your trust. Here's the truth. Attraction is an emotional magnet. People don't fall for you because of what you say. They fall for how they feel when they're around you. Do they feel lighter or heavier? Calmer or more tense? Safe or judged? Let's break it down further. Energy that draws people in, grounded posture, authentic smile, warm but steady eye contact, deep listening, relaxed breathing, silence that feels comfortable instead of awkward. This energy says, I'm at peace with myself, and you're safe here too. Energy that pushes people away, jittery movements, forced laughter, darting eyes, exaggerated speech, sighs of frustration, checking your phone every few seconds. This energy says, I'm not okay, and you'll feel it too. The most magnetic people you'll ever meet don't necessarily try to impress. They simply radiate a centeredness that makes you want to stay close. Like a flame, they don't chase, they just burn steadily, and people are naturally drawn to the warmth. So here's the shift. Stop asking, how do I make people attracted to me? And start asking, what energy do I bring into every space I enter? Because people are always reading you. Not your script, not your style, your state. And when your state is one of calm strength, people won't just notice you. They'll want to stay near you. Becoming the flame. Practical steps to radiate stoic presence. Think of a flame. It doesn't chase the moths, it doesn't beg for attention, and it doesn't flicker in desperation. It simply burns, steady, warm, alive. And because of that, everything around it is naturally drawn closer. That is the energy of true attraction. Not a trick, not a mask, but a way of being. The Stoics lived this principle. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the Roman Empire, didn't try to impress with grandeur. His power radiated from restraint, composure, and presence. That's what made him unforgettable. So how do you become that flame? Here are 5 practical steps you can begin today. 1. Master your breath. Your breath is the remote control of your nervous system. When you breathe shallow and fast, people feel your anxiety. When you breathe slow and deep, they feel your steadiness. Before you enter a room, take 3 intentional deep breaths. Inhale calm. Exhale tension. This simple act shifts not only you, but the energy others feel from you. 2. Own your posture. Your body speaks before your mouth does. A hunched back whispers insecurity, while an upright but relaxed posture communicates confidence without arrogance. Imagine a string pulling you gently upward from your crown, while your feet remain firmly grounded. This alignment makes you look composed, but more importantly, it makes others feel your stability. 3. Speak less, listen more. Most people think attraction comes from saying something clever. But presence isn't about flooding the room with noise. It's about creating space. Practice pausing before you reply. Let silence do some of the talking. The Stoics prized listening because it shows mastery over impulse, and in turn, it builds trust. People lean in toward someone who makes them feel heard. 4. Guard your inner state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If you let every insult, distraction, or irritation shake you, people will feel your instability. But when you guard your inner calm, you radiate a rare kind of strength, the strength that can't be provoked. And that makes you magnetic." 5. Practice consistent presence. Charisma isn't built in a day. It's carved through consistency. Start by practicing presence in small, everyday interactions. Put your phone down when speaking to a cashier. Make real eye contact with your friend instead of glancing around. Train your mind to stay where your body is. Over time, this presence becomes your natural state, and it glows brighter than any rehearsed trick. The key is not to perform attraction, but to embody it. People will always mirror the energy you carry. If you're calm, they calm down. If you're grounded, they feel safe. If you're radiant, they want to stay close. Be the flame. Let your steady warmth speak louder than your words. Because attraction isn't about chasing. It's about becoming someone others want to move toward.